Today we'll be analyzing the markets. Let's see profits. We'll be analyzing GBPUSD, EURUSD, NZDCAD, and GBPJPY. Okay, so let's jump straight to the charts. Let's start with GBPUSD. On GBPUSD, we had a trade, we had a buy trade, and we had a nice buy trade and we killed. So let's reanalyze GBPUSD. This starts from a weekly time frame so that we can know the overall direction of the markets. Let's see the behavior of GBPUSD on a weekly time frame. We can see that we have a strong support level down here around the price 1,200, and we have a strong resistance level up here which we are approaching. So we may place a call out and label this as weekly resistance. Okay, yeah. Now we can see that we have a support and resistance, and we have our mid-range zone here. What is a mid-range zone? The mid-range zone is the area of value where it either serves as a support or a resistance. You can see here the price came here, is the resistance for the first time, served it as a support, here served as a support, and here served as a resistance. Here resistance, now the supports. Now we're expecting it to support in future. Okay, so that is why we call it a mid-range zone. It's either support or resist. It is not stable. So in order to find the structure, we can also see that we are on a bullish momentum, whereas we're on a bullish momentum, but we are approaching our resistance. So let's go to the daily time frame so that you can see what we have. Okay, so on the daily time frame, you can see that we have a nice bullish trend. Which is confirmed by our trend line in resistance. Okay, our trend line in resistance with the trend line in support, as well as the trend line in support. What we do in a bullish trend, when we see the structure like this, what we do on a trend line, on a uptrend, because this is an uptrend, what we usually do, we buy. So we buy here on an uptrend, we buy in the trend line in support, we buy. Okay, in future we'll be looking for buys if possible. So in the trend line in resistance, what we do, we sell. As you can see, we sold. So we sell in the trend line in resistance. But now the price is not clear on daily. The price is not clear. Sorry about that. The price is not clear on daily charts. So what we are waiting for, let's go to H4 to 4-hour time frame in order to see the price clearly. Let us refresh and zoom out our charts. On 4-hour time frame, you can see the market's behavior. Here we have a highest point that the market made, and you can see we are consolidating at this point at the moment. We can see we are consolidating, forming the structure after the strong bullish momentum. The market is exhausting, giving us nice structure, which is a consolidation. Oh, let me adjust that. And we also have a nice trend line in support. Which is confirmed by first touch, second touch, and third touch. So the market is moving in trends and trends, guys. What is trends and trends is when we find a trend, small trend inside the big trend. So we have a small bullish trend inside the big overall bullish trend. But the trick is we are approaching the overall weekly time frame. So what we can do, if we cater for buys, we may only cater for small buys like if the market breaks this resistance, it will turn into a support, and we'll go for a buy, smaller yana buy, before we cater for the overall drop of GBPUSD. Okay, so this could be our entry trigger. We could enter here. I will not take this trade because the risk reward ratio is not that good, so I will wait. But if you want to enter GBPUSD, you may enter buy after a clear breakout here, smaller yana buy, and close it here. So let's see. Okay, so we can say that on overall we are waiting for a sell on GBPUSD. We may sell when the price reaches this point. We may go for sell with the stop loss on top of the resistance, and we may swing the trade to the downside all the way to this mid-range zone. This is where we can close our trades. Or if the market decides to drop from this point, as from tomorrow decide to drop, we may enter our sell after a clear breakout here and a retest. That is when you can anticipate the market to drop. So we can enter here and go all the way to the downside and risk only this portion. So this is our setup on GBPUSD. This is what we have on GBPUSD. Let me remove this. This is the setup that we have on GBPUSD. First, we enter here after the break of this flag. If this flag breaks and this trend line, it will confirm to us the market is ready to go to the downside. So this is what we have on GBPUSD. Allow me to screenshot this. Okay, wait, let me change the time frame to daily time frame. Now we may only wait for a clear confirmation. So let me screenshot this so that they can also have this analysis in the group of GBPUSD. Okay, let's do it like this. Should be right. Is GBPUSD. We may only enter buys if the market reaches this point. So now let me screenshot it for them. Okay, now let us move to the second pair. Okay, the second pair we'll be moving to is EURUSD. So let's go to EURUSD. EURUSD, and let us clean everything. Let's start from the weekly time frame. Okay, EURUSD have been bullish on the weekly time frame, as you can see. It's have been buying from this point, buying all the way up. So the EURUSD is on a very strong bullish momentum. So, but let us analyze and see the market structure of EURUSD. First of all, if we can zoom out the charts and see properly, you can see that EURUSD is in a downtrend. Was in a downtrend. Let me say it was in a downtrend. We can confirm by first touch, anticipate second touch, third touch, fourth and fifth touch, which we broke out, and it's at the trend line in support as well. Let me turn this to this card. Okay, trend line in support and trend line in resistance. You can also see that EURUSD currently it is under the weekly mid-range zone. What I mean when I'm saying mid-range zone, previously it was a support, and now it's turned into a resistance. the EURUSD dropped and it's consolidated. It went back to retest and it's dropped, and right now it is consolidating. Hopefully it will give us that shoot to the upside up until we reach our highest point there of the weekly time frame. We also have, let us also cater for this support zone down here. Okay, make sure we cater for everything. This is the structure that we have on EURUSD. Let us go in deeper to daily time frame to see properly. Okay, on daily time frame, you can see that the EURUSD broke out in this trend line, respecting the price setup, the price action. I mean, you can see here it gave us this nice structure and it's dropped, trapping the sellers, creating this nice double bottom. So right now EURUSD came back to retest this support level, but it didn't give us that touch, which make me think of something. Maybe EURUSD would drop, but let us see. Since we are on a weekly resistance, let us label this as well as weekly resistance. So we're on a weekly resistance. So EURUSD may give us that M pattern and give us this overall drop to retest the trend line if possible on a daily time frame, or to retest it. But right now the price is not clear. What we can do, we can go in deeper to 4-hour time frame, but you can see already that we are looking for selling opportunities. Okay, let us see what's EURUSD currently on 4-hour time frame. We are on the buy. We're on a buy trend. So we have a trend line in support, and we also have a trend line, or we have a trend line in support, and we also have a trend line in resistance. So yeah, EURUSD gave us this first touch on the trend line. It gave us this first touch on the trend line. Oh wait, this thing. Oh no. First touch and it's bought, second time it's bought, third time it's bought, and now it's for the fourth time. But I don't see, I really don't see EURUSD making it to make that touch to the trend line in resistance up there. The reason behind it, because it failed multiple times to break this smaller trend line in resistance here. It shots up, it's rejected, meaning this is an error of value. We have something else now here. Oh, let me remove this. I see this trend line very powerful. So what I can wait for on EURUSD, the smaller push toward the upside, or just a drop to the downside. But this is where I can confidently take myself. After breaking this lower low, I can know that now we are going straight to the downside for the retest on the trend line and the overall drop if possible. So this is what I'm expecting on EURUSD on H4 time frame. Also allow me to screenshot this so that they can receive it in the group. This is the analysis I have on EURUSD overall drop to the downside. Or from that point, whenever, but I will place a sell stop. Okay. Applicable media weekly resistance. Okay. H4 EURUSD. We are done with EURUSD. Now let us go to NZDCAD. On NZDCAD, if you can look very carefully, we took a buy trade as well, and it shows straight into profits. So let's us reanalyze NZDCAD. Let's go to weekly time frame. Oh, now saying monthly. Let us go to weekly time frame. Let's go to weekly time frame. On weekly time frame on NZDCAD, you can see very clearly that the market is consolidating. We have the support level, which is here, confirmed by multiple touches, and currently we also have this highest point which you can plot, and that highest high at the top. So let us go to daily time frame. On daily time frame, if you can see carefully, we have a trend line. We have a trend line in a bullish trend, a trend line in resistance, which has a twin brother or twin sister, whatever you might call it, trend line in support. Let me cater for the touch. Trend line in support. You can see that we are on a small buy trend on daily time frame overall, and we have this support here on daily time frame. So let me label this. Okay. We're on a daily support, meaning we're looking for buying opportunities, and we have this nice trend line in support and this nice trend line in resistance. We can see right now that the market is playing around. Oh, let me adjust this trend line. Confirmed by first touch, second touch, and third touch. Let's just jump straight to 4-hour time frame for our entries. So on 4-hour time frame, we catered for buys, and you can see right now that the markets have broken this Molanyana trend, which was inside the big trend. As I told you before, that we have something that we call trends and trends. So we broke out, and now we came back, hopefully for the retest. Now let us go to a smaller time frame to see the structure properly. This structure, guys, is a continuation pattern. As you can see, we just broke the previous highs, and right now we came to retest on 1-hour time frame. So what we're catering for now, we're catering for NZDCAD to shoot to the upside. We're catering for NZDCAD to shoot to the upside, completing that touch on 1-hour time frame, and also completing our setup on weekly. I hope that will be our entry. When the market opens, we will buy, and we will go for an overall buy. So let's go back to H1. This is how we'll enter the market. When the market opens, we'll go for buys, and we'll swing it with our stop loss at 26 pips. Is it 26? 23. Okay, and then we'll swing for the breakout and all the way to the upside to the trend line. So we'll risk 0.26% for 7.97%. This is how our trade will look like on NZDCAD. This is what we are anticipating on New Zealand dollar against Canadian dollar. This is what we are anticipating. So allow me again to say this for the members. Okay, we are done analyzing NZDCAD. We are done analyzing NZDCAD. Now let us move to GBPJPY. GBPJPY. Okay, let me just search it. GBPJPY. GBPJPY. We took a buy trade. We took a buy trade and we closed in profits. But now, nah, I don't think it is a good idea to trade GBPJPY right now, since it is on a resistance, weekly resistance. So we are looking for sales. And let's look at the market nature. The market was in a trend, with a trend line resistance, and we broke it. Right now, me personally on GBPJPY on weekly time frame, I'm looking for a retest here on the previous highs. Okay, and we also have this nice support here, weekly support. So let us see, let us go deeper to 4-hour time frame. Let us jump daily because everything seems clear. On H4 we can see that we are on a small nice bullish trend, which have a trend line in resistance. We are in a resistance on GBPJPY. Look at that, we're in a resistance. First touch, second touch, third touch, fourth touch, fifth touch. Okay, on a 4-hour time frame, and here is our trend line in support. Okay, here is our trend line in support. Trend line in support. Personally, on GBPJPY, I'm looking for sales. I'm looking for sales. I'm looking for market to drop to the downside. So let us go to 1 hour and to current market price. At current market price, you can see that the market is still bullish. It's still bullish. So we can wait. And see how it reacts on this weekly resistance. You can see the market is creating the structure. It's creating the structure. I will go to smaller time frame so that you can see. Let me go to 15-minute time frame. You can see the market is creating a continuation flag. This is a continuation flag, but I'm anticipating the market to drop either from that point in the trend line, right in the trend line. Anticipating the market to drop. So let us wait. Right now we don't have a sell entry on GBPJPY. We can only sell after the market completes this buy momentum, maybe around here. Then it can give us a clear structure, then you can go for sales. So yeah, on GBPJPY I'm waiting for sales, but this was a very strong breakouts. This was a very strong bullish, but I didn't trade it. I only traded this one. So it's fine. You can let us analyze the fundamentals. Let's see what we have in the coming week. On Monday we don't have strong news. On Tuesday we have AUD news, rate statement, RBA rate statement at 6:80 a.m. So on Tuesday we will trade AUD with the members, and on Tuesday as well, all day we have open. I don't trade this all day thinkings. Then at 4:40 we have USD manufacturing PMI. We'll trade this one, and at 5 we have GBP. The government will be speaking, so we'll trade it. And then on Wednesday we have AUD news. The reason why I'm choosing this news with the red envelope is because they are high impact news, so they have the more impacts on moving the markets to a specific direction. So we only trading those news with high impacts. Then on Thursday we have USD news again. On Friday we'll be having a cluster of news. We usually call this NFPs. We call it NFPs. We'll be trading NFPs on Friday because it's at the beginning of the month. So this is where we watch out for our news. This is where we check out for our news. And here on investing.com, you can also use it to check your news because they have big impacts on controlling the markets. And here on watch list, I use it to watch stocks, NZDCAD, and everything. So I think we're done with the analysis of the currencies. I think we are done. I will come back with another video when we'll be analyzing NASDAQ and USD and S&P 500. NASDAQ, USD, and S&P 500. So, but right now, I think we are done for the day. Thank you very much for spending your time watching this video. I'm out.